This is where the Israelites missed it. They had been in slavery for many years, and God brought them out, and they were headed toward the promised land. They made it through the desert, fought off enemies along the way. They finally came to the land flowing with milk and honey. They were camped next door to the promised land. This is what they had been dreaming about. All they had to do was go in and take the land. God had already promised them the victory. This was one of their Kairos moments. An incredible door was about to open, an opportunity of a lifetime. And with those Kairos moments comes the favor to accomplish, the power to overcome, the strength to defeat the opposition. The problem is the Israelites didn't recognize that they were in a window of grace. They said, Moses, these people are too big. We'll never defeat them. We feel like grasshoppers compared to them. Let's go back to Egypt. Even though God promised to take them into the land, even though they were in this Kairos moment where they had the favor, the power, the strength, they turned around and headed back into the desert. They didn't understand that God doesn't give you the opportunity and then not give you the grace to do it. You may be facing big giants, but the favor on your life is bigger than whatever's trying to stop you. God was so put out with the Israelites, He told Moses that they were never going to enter into the promised land. Moses told the people what God said, how they were limiting their destiny, being weak and intimidated. The scripture says they turned around and headed back toward the promised land. They said, Moses, we realize we've made a mistake. Now we are ready to go into the land God promised. You would think Moses would say, good, you finally changed your mind, let's go in. Moses said to them, do not enter the land now, or you will be crushed by your enemies. What happened? That window of grace closed. That Kairos moment passed. Moses knew if they tried to go in outside of God's timing, when that window of favor wasn't open, they would be defeated. That's why it's so important to not put off what you know God is telling you to do. When you feel the urging, the knowing, whether it's to break a bad habit or to step into something that feels over your head, if you keep delaying, the window is going to close. You may feel afraid. Your thoughts will tell you all the reasons it's not going to work out. You can't accomplish that dream. It's too big. You can't forgive that person. They hurt you too badly. You've always been negative, critical, bitter. That's just who you are. That is not who you are. That's why you're hearing this. There is a Kairos moment coming. There is a window of grace about to open. Now don't do like them. Put your shoulders back. Hold your head up high. Step into it. God is about to take you to a new level. Things that have held you back are being defeated. New doors are about to open. Giants are about to be defeated. Talent is about to come out of you that you didn't know you had. You are coming into a season of special favor. Yes, you always have favor, but there are moments when that favor stands out. You're going to see an opportune moment where God thrusts you ahead. Now do your part. Start believing that you're favored. Start praying bold prayers. Start speaking victory over your life. Don't go around talking about how big the giants are, how you'll never get well, never meet the right person, never start your own business. Zip that up. Start declaring, this is my time. The favor of God is on my life in a new way. I have the grace to rise higher, the grace to forgive this person, the grace to accomplish my dream, the grace to break this addiction. Be bold, be strong. The Lord your God is with you. This is what I had to do when my father was 77 years old. He was at my sister Lisa's house one Monday evening to have dinner with Lisa and my mother. Lisa had just finished cooking her favorite dish. Right before she put those TV dinners on the table, my father said to them, I'm going to call Joel and see if he'll speak for me this Sunday. My mother laughed and said, John, you are wasting your time. Joel is not a minister. I had worked 17 years behind the scenes here at Lakewood doing the television production. My father tried to get me up to speak many times, but always told him no. I didn't have any desire to be in front of people. Plus, my father was a great minister. Thought, who'd want to listen to me? I don't know what to say. I've not been trained in this. I was eating dinner that Monday night when my father called. He said, Joel, I just wanted to see if you would speak for me this Sunday. I had told him no dozens of times. I said, Daddy, I'm always honored that you asked, that you have that much confidence in me, but I'm just not a minister. He never pressured me. He encouraged us kids to follow our own dreams. We hung up the phone and I sat down to finish eating dinner. A couple of minutes later, I felt something so strongly on the inside telling me that I needed to do it. I don't know how to explain it. I just knew that I knew I was supposed to do it. Didn't make sense to my mind, but God doesn't speak to our mind. He speaks to our spirit. Not out loud, but down in here, it's a knowing. It's an urging. You don't have to hear words. You just know what to do. Many times we don't recognize that's God talking to us. You know you're supposed to break away from a friend that's holding you back. You know to go back to school and improve your skills. And we think, oh, that's just me. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, no big deal. That's not just you, that's God talking to you. That's God opening a window of grace. You're coming into a kairos moment, a special season of favor to do what you couldn't do, to go where you couldn't go. The question is, will you step into it or will you put it off and let the window close? Time is of the essence. The longer you wait, the less passionate you'll feel and the less likely you'll be to do it. Don't put it off. It's an opportune moment. It's not months, it's not years, it's a passing opportunity. Unless you grab hold of it, stretch your faith, make the changes, you'll miss your moment. 5 minutes later, I called my father back and told him that I'd changed my mind and I would speak for him that Sunday. Lisa and my mother nearly passed out. I was going to speak my first sermon in 36 years. I didn't want to do it, but I knew I was supposed to do it. The truth is, that was the most miserable week of my life. I so dreaded having to get up in front of people. No offense, but y'all were very scary. I told Victoria, please don't talk to me until Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. I'm gonna do this one time, make my father proud, and then I'm done. I spoke that Sunday, never dreaming it would be the last Sunday of my father's life. I often wonder where I would be if I would have said no, if I would have ignored that feeling. That was a kairos moment, something God ordained to thrust me into my destiny. It's not like I could have done it a month later. My father would have been gone. It wouldn't have had the same impact. One reason I was able to step up and pastor the church is I thought, what are the chances of me speaking on the last Sunday of his life? I had told him no for 36 years, but it just so happened that last time I said yes. That's why I felt it so strong. I knew I was supposed to do it. But here's my point. I could have said no. I could have ignored it. I could have said, I'll do it later. I don't feel qualified. Ask me again at this same time next year. But by the grace of God, I stepped into it. Don't miss your kairos moments. You don't know where they're taking you. You don't know what doors are going to open. You don't know what one good decision, one step of faith, one getting out of your comfort zone and obeying that still small voice, how that's going to cause a domino effect of awesome things in your life. If I had not said yes to that one speaking invitation, I don't believe that I would be a pastor. We probably wouldn't have the Compact Center, the books, Nights of Hope, Sirius XM. Those things all follow one act of obedience. Well, Joel, that's exciting for you, but it's kind of depressing for me because I think I've already missed my window. You wouldn't be hearing this if God wasn't about to open another window. There is a Kairos moment coming for you. Something that's going to thrust you ahead. A power that's going to free you from every addiction. A force that's going to break every chain that's held you back and release you into a future greater than you've ever imagined. When it comes, step into it. Stretch your faith. Pursue that dream. Make the necessary changes. Don't let it pass you by.